I'm live. All right, we're gonna try this out a little bit. Boy, this mirrored image is a little weird to work with. Okay, I just finished the Constellation series from Apple Plus, and Apple has been making science fiction, and they've made some really good science fiction, um, and they've been making less good. This is what I'd call less good. So the plot summary is Joe returns to Earth after a disaster in space and discovers that there are pieces of her life that are missing. So she sets out to expose the truth about the hidden secrets of space travel and recover what she has lost. Okay, well, here's the spoiler. Basically, it's an art house multiverse series. Um, very little happens. You figure out what's going on pretty early on, but they're switching. So there's some quantum entanglement. The Somebody dies on the space station. This skeleton, desiccated corpse is what runs into the space station and causes the damage. And she comes back to Earth, but things aren't quite right. And so we figure out pretty quickly it was the science experiment from Jonathan Banks. Now, Jonathan Banks, he's always really good. I mean, I like him in this. He's sort of weird as a scientist, but I like him in this. And his storyline, there was actually something interesting going on there that just barely even gets utilized. Um, Essentially, we have the astronaut comes back and weird things are going on. Things aren't what they appear. And it's because she's in an alternate universe. So, but why did she change? So, in her universe, she died. And in this new universe, another astronaut died. So she comes home and things are off with her family. The car is a different color. So you figure this out. But what's going on too is that she's kind of switching back and forth between the universes. The way they change the filming, it's very peculiar because she's dead in one of them, right? And the daughter, tons of this is just her and her daughter wandering around in the snow out at the cabin and kind of flipping in between universes. The daughter's seeing the other universe. Daughter's talking to the alternate version of her in the other universe, which the young girl does a good job of acting. Apparently, it's her and her twin sister, so that made it easier. But they're talking to each other by recording on this tape recorder, this child's tape deck, and playing it back. And so they play it back as though they're communicating through walkie talkies, essentially. It's just so contrived. It drags on forever. You could have done this, maybe a 90-minute. It's not even good enough for a 90-minute movie. There's enough interesting stuff that this could have been something on Dust. 15, 20 minutes, and that would have been it. But multiverse is done to death. This is doesn't tell an interesting story. It doesn't finish well. They think they're being cute and clever, but they're not. It's just boring, boring, boring. Um, my suggestion is not to watch it. It's just a waste of time. It's not entertaining. Like I ended up just reading news on my phone most of the time I was watching it because there was so little going on. There's a couple actors in there that you might recognize from other things. I did because I watch a lot of foreign TV. Um, but other than Banks, there's I don't know. It's acted well enough. It's just too cute for its own good, and it's so plotting. So, thumbs down from me. You've got interesting series on Apple Plus like Severance, which I'm waiting to come back. That's really, really fresh and interesting. Let's stop. No more time travel. No more multiverse. Let's get creative and do something different. Or, I've said it before. Look at the wealth of interesting science fiction books out there, fantasy books. There's all sorts of things that you can do. Jack L. Chalker, I'm sure his estate would love to do something. The Well World series, super interesting. Lots of interesting stuff out there. Okay, that's my 2 cents for the few people that are currently watching.